what I did, after I was told that I'm HIV positive, I kneeled down and prayed to my God. That God, can you spare me with life? That I have to look after my children. And God listened. That's why I'm still alive today. I've served this country, Malawi. I have spoken on the TV, on the radio, in the churches, at workplace, in schools, and telling them about HIV. It is a dangerous animal because when it comes in the body, it will not go until the time we die. But we are lucky this time that we have got ARVs which brings back the immunity in a human body. If you follow properly the instructions from the doctors, you are going to live longer. But if you don't follow, even if you're on ARVs, you're going to die.
The church has, to some extent, spiritualized HIV. So if you are HIV positive and you are not healed, then you are not a believer or you do not have strong faith. And that's why we have buried so many that could have been helped because they feel ashamed to go for medication because that's an indication of lack of faith.
We have so many pastors who believe that HIV/AIDS is a curse. You are having a demon. To them, it's not a reality. How do I know that? My experience and by attending services, worship services, whereby pastors are praying for people who have HIV/AIDS and even commanding them to stop using ARVs.
Yes, we do pray for people for healing, no question about it. And we have seen people being healed. Personally, I've prayed for people who were not able to bear children, and they have been bearing children later on. So, I mean, we do believe that God is healing even in our days. You know, that is not something which we exclude at all. But what we do not do is what some people these days like to do, that they are making long lines and then they make declarations on everybody and, you know, they're trying to call out things because that is like creating a certain kind of hype.
Now, spiritual healing, I'll term it in two ways. One, those that seek spiritual healing for physical illnesses, and those that seek spiritual healing for the soul, for the illness of the soul. Of course, that is straightforward. You believe in Jesus Christ, you receive Him as your personal Savior, you cast all your cares and your burdens on Him, and that's it. But for physical healing, that is God's intervention. Now, inasmuch as God can heal us and perform a miracle on our lives, God has given us wisdom to seek medical care and scientific solutions. What I believe is this: physical needs require physical responses.
Now, as I said, I'm a person who believes in healing, absolutely. But to my knowledge, to be honest with you, to my knowledge up to today, I have not met anybody who has been confirmed healed of HIV/AIDS. And that's a fact, you know, and yet, you know, I happen to come in contact with a lot of people. A lot of people have, of course, claimed at one time or the other to have been healed. And some of them have taken long journeys to different countries, as if there is a different God, as if there is a God who has got more power, you know. But unfortunately, many of them came back the way they went. In fact, some of them came back in a coffin.
There was a period in time when the men of God just went on the loose proclaiming healing to our clients. And so we realized that there was a point in time when we had a lot of people that they were lost to follow up. And we were wondering why. We realized that quite a number of our clients had actually stopped medication. Men of God are proclaiming healing to these people and they're stopping the drugs. And then by the time they're coming back, they are so far advanced in the disease that when we try to restart them on medication, it's too late.
The precaution is that do not abandon ARVs.
I have no problems walking into a clinic and getting my ARVs. In fact, in one place, I had to put on the clerical shirt to make people see that I'm human. The fact that I'm a pastor does not exempt me if I'm exposed from anything that will affect anyone that's on earth. But I can make a difference by saying, the one that is in me is greater than the situation that I'm facing. And courageously walk this life and live it to the full until he calls me home.